With its release date surely coming soon, let's talk about Sonic Superstars. Since its announcement back in June, we've had a solid chunk of gameplay with people getting their first hands-on experience with the game, but beyond that, and a couple of excellent new renders, we really don't know too much about this game. So today, let's talk about 11 things that I want to see from Sonic Superstars. Now, it's already been confirmed that Superstars isn't going to go back to rehashing old levels like Green Hill or Chemical Plant, so Sonic Superstars has the potential now to introduce some truly amazing new stages. From what we've seen so far, it looks to be promising, but it needs to address the concern a lot of people, including myself, had about Sonic Frontiers, in which there were 5 playable islands, but really only 3 distinct ones. I actually might be in the minority here when I say I don't necessarily mind them reusing old zones, but let's give some love to some less popular zones if every stage in the game isn't going to be brand new. Either way, I'm excited to see what stages Superstars will bring to the table once it comes out. On the topic of stages, I would also like to see some great special stages in Sonic Superstars. From what we've seen already, there seems to be 2 different versions of special stages, one being a 3D swinging stage and the other being a 2D special stage akin to those in Sonic 1. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Sonic 1 special stages at all. I much prefer the half pipe or the blue spheres from Sonic 2 or 3 respectively, but I'm all for this new route they're going with the 3D special stage. Are we going to see more though, or is it just these 2? I think it'd be a cool opportunity to see a handful of different special stages, something they've never really done before. Boss fights in Sonic games usually have more highlights than they do lowlights, and coming off the epic cinematic battles in Frontiers, or if we're talking strictly 2D, the incredible fights in Sonic Mania, Superstars has some big shoes to fill. I would love to see unique boss fights that play to the strength of this unprecedented 4-player co-op. Maybe a boss can only take hits from a certain character in each phase, or maybe a boss is going to require 4 times as many hits as it normally would, I don't know. It's also unlikely, but maybe there's another mechanic we haven't seen yet that could be utilized in the boss fights. I know the Emerald powers give you new powers that we haven't seen before, so maybe that comes into play there. Of course, I want to see unique designs as well, but this is a video game, and I want the actual fights and gameplay themselves to be just as unique as the designs. I'll admit it was quite a shock to me to see Fang in a Sonic game in 2023. For a character I had assumed was completely forgotten, I hope that Sonic Team utilized not only Fang, but this newcomer Trip as well. Although not necessarily a series veteran, we've seen a promising looking villain go to waste before with Infinite and Sonic Forces, but reviving Fang shouldn't be as tall of a task, I feel. Still, I want them both to play a major part in the story and not just exist as pawns for Eggman or just some background villains. And who knows, maybe make them playable characters as well? We've already seen a couple of skins announced for Superstars, including a modern Amy and these Lego skins, but with the confirmation of skin customization, this opens the door for a plethora of opportunities. Modern Sonic color scheme, OVA Knuckles, Boom skins, actual clothes, Tails doll, a metal skin, Sonic Prime skins, a Shadow skin, since he should not be in the game. The possibilities are endless. I picture a skin system in this game similar to the one in Super Mario Odyssey, which combines a series of normal clothing combinations and references to past games. I'm hoping it's something like that. There's a lot of potential here, and I really hope it doesn't go to waste, since something as simple as a skin can really mix up gameplay. This kind of goes hand in hand with the skins a bit, but in today's gaming landscapes, constantly supporting your game with updates seems to be the way to go right now. We've already got it with Sonic Frontiers, and in just 2 free updates, the game and the amount of content has changed completely. So Sonic Superstars should be no exception. Paid or free, consistent updates for this game will only strengthen its life and make familiar players come back and new players eager to purchase. Stages, skins, game modes, there's tons of possibility here, but I'd like to see something down the line in terms of updates to prevent this game from getting stale. And that of course brings me to replayability. It's no secret that a lot of fans and potential buyers were initially turned off by that $60 price tag, and it's a fair concern to be honest. But the number one factor for a lot of people when buying a game is replayability, and Superstars seems like one that's going to meet it. I love replaying some of the older classic Sonic games, but I'll be honest, I'm usually not itching to really replay them as often as I thought I normally would. To justify that $60 price tag, there needs to be some aspect of replayability to this game. I do have faith in Sonic Team, but I want to come back to playing Superstars the same way I've been coming back to playing Frontiers. Logging a lot of hours in this game is something that I would have no problem doing, as long as the game is allowing to let me. So it's already been confirmed there will be no online co-op, but there is an online battle mode that seemingly has been confirmed. What this battle mode entails, I have no idea, but if it's fun, hey, it'll make the fact that we can't play online co-op hurt just a little bit less. I'm not sinking too much stock into the online to begin with, since Sonic is known for being a single player experience, and the multiplayer aspect is satisfied with local co-op, but for those without friends or those looking to enjoy an online mode, I really hope that this battle mode is a solid addition to the game. Sonic games are no stranger to great soundtracks, and Superstars should absolutely not be the exception to the rule. To my knowledge, I believe we haven't heard pretty much anything from this soundtrack, but if there's one thing I'm most confident in when it comes to Sonic games, it's the music. If you're worried about what the soundtrack will sound like, it's a little more comforting to know that the Sonic Mania composer is returning to contribute music to Superstars, so that only increases my faith that this game is going to have a banger soundtrack. While I'm listening to some great music throughout my playthrough, I want to make sure the gameplay itself feels nice, and a lot of that has to do with the physics. I'm leaning towards this Sonic Mania-esque as the groundwork for what I want the physics in this game to feel like, and honestly, based on all the gameplay videos I've seen, I have some faith that the physics are going to be really close to what most people are hoping for / wanting. It genuinely looks like the physics that we're getting are going to be very solid for this game. Bad physics for a game that looks as beautiful as Superstars will be a gut punch for sure. All in all, I just want the game to be fun. Enjoyment is the highest on this list because nothing I mentioned previously matters at all if the game itself simply isn't fun. I don't have doubts that the game won't be fun, but of course, until I get my hands on it, I'm not gonna know for sure. Overall, however, the number one thing that I need from Sonic Superstars is very, very simple. Just be a fun game. What kinds of things are you looking forward to from Sonic Superstars? Do you agree? Do you disagree with the things I've mentioned? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.